Guys, welcome to a very special edition in our little fun and training series. This guy doesn't need any introduction.
Actually, from down under, I probably do.
Maybe do. Well, let me give you some context.
For America, I do. This is the crazy thing about the world. Like, as big as your brand could be, it's amazing how many. I go to like New Jersey, New York social media wine conferences, and I'm like, how many of you don't know me? And like, people put up hands.
Wow.
I'm like, you're never going to win this game.
Crazy.
Yeah?
Well, for you guys who know me, if you could ever meet someone that everything you think you over-deliver on, if you think you're enthusiastic, if you think you're a half-decent marketer, if everything you pride yourself on being adequate at, someone is better at it, at all of them than you, then this is this guy for me. You're like everything I want to be good at.
That's very nice. Thank you.
So most of me just loves this guy, Gary Vaynerchuk. Then there's a little bit of me, because he's so good at everything I want to be good at.
I get it. That's very nice.
Oh,
Thank you.
man, so bud.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming down, man.
Your accent's way better than mine.
That's all I got. That's it.
I'm sure you have plenty of. By the way, I think I stink at 99% of things, so I'm sure there's a lot of things you got. So thank you. Though.
Wow. So, guys, in my opinion, I've been quoted as saying, and I absolutely hands down believe it, that the absolute 100% best marketer on the planet right now. In my opinion, it used to be Dan Kennedy in Ye Olde Worldy. I believe Dan Kennedy needs to take off the strap. He's dropped it to you. So, folks,
thank you.
Gary Vaynerchuk. Thank you, my man.
Hey, everybody. Hi.
So, mate,
yes.
For those who may not know
yes.
Gary Vee in our crew,
give us
the backstory and the
I'll go fast.
I'll
go fast because I know we don't have as much time as we had hoped, and I appreciate you schlepping. Russian immigrant, born in Belarus, came to the U.S., super poor, studio apartment, 8 family members, classic American dream story, based on the back of my parents. My dad worked every minute of his life, basically, since then, 1978. He got a job as a stock boy in a liquor store in New Jersey, eventually became the manager. We moved to Edison, New Jersey, which was near the store. He worked every hour. I didn't see my dad basically the first 14 years of my life. I was very entrepreneurial, selling flowers, selling lemonade, baseball cards, which is a big thing in America when I was a teenager. When I turned 14, my dad dragged me into the business. I hated it the first couple of years, but at 16, I realized people collected wine. I came from collecting things. I made that connection. I decided I was going to open up 4,000 wine liquor stores in America, sell them, and buy the New York Jets, right? Thank you for the rugby swag. By the way, when I was in the wine business, I went to Australia a bunch, and I went to a Collingwood footy.
Collingwood, yeah. The Collingwood fans will be going nuts right now.
Playoff game. It was the best. Anyway, fell in love with the wine business, wanted to be in the wine business, and then found the internet when I was 18, 1994, launched one of the first e-commerce wine businesses in America in 1996, which, one of the 3 first. So
and everyone laughed. They would say, well, yeah, you're going to sell wine on the internet.
In the same way, look, we're all old enough, maybe not you, Zach, old enough to remember a world without the internet. And so people, the way now that people tell me, no, I don't think Snapchat's going to be big, or when they told me they didn't think Twitter or Facebook was going to be big years ago, or YouTube, which changed my career, we'll get to that in a minute, that's what they said about the internet. Everybody thought this was a fad. And listen, people that write copy for magazines thought the internet was a fad.
Yeah, that's right. How's that looking?
So, launched it, didn't do well at first 2 years because I was still at college, no ROI. The first year I ran the business, I grew from 3 to 10 million in revenue on the floor in the store and a little bit on email. Used email, banner ads. I owned the word wine on Google for 5 cents a click in the beginning. And then my career completely changed in 2006. YouTube came out. I thought it was going to be huge. I started a wine show. I didn't know at 30, remember, I built a business from 3 to 40 million at that point, and I didn't know that I was a personality or I had shtick or I could do this, but I knew I wanted to do a show on YouTube. If you go watch the first one, which you could link up, yep. I'm not this. I was scared to show my real personality because I didn't want to lose wine customers. It was a whole new world. It clicked, it popped. I used Twitter and Facebook to build that show. I realized that I was really a great marketer. And so I decided to invest in the next thing that I believed in. That ended up being Twitter. Then I invested in Tumblr. Then I invested in Facebook. So I made a lot of money investing. It's led to a big venture capital career for me. 6 years ago, I started this company on the backbone of everybody reaching out to me because I amassed 1 million followers on Twitter. I was the new wave marketer. I kind of had my coming out party. And I started Vaynermedia, which if you want to do some video roll, knock yourself out. We have 3 floors, so I can walk you around. Which is now a 600-person firm. New York, LA, San Francisco, opening up London, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Sydney and Singapore on the radar for 17 and 18.
Nice.
fun to see Zach say, "Oh my God," because only in the 2 or 3 years he's been working with me, it's gone from 30 to 600 people, from 3 to 100 million in revenue.
Yeah.
And this is 100 million not by doing a landing page optimization. This is 100 million not by doing a mastermind and a lot of money top line. This is competing against the best advertising agencies in the world because we have clients like Anheuser-Busch InBev, Johnson and Johnson's, Pepsi. This is a world that I came with no experience with, no knowledge with, and went to Madison Avenue using my Silicon Valley DNA and my Russian Jersey hustle DNA, and grew one of the fastest building agencies while in parallel maintaining my public speaking career, writing what's about to become my 4th New York Times best-selling book, putting out 181 episodes of the Ask Gary Vee show on YouTube and podcast, starting a reality show in essence called Daily Vee. So yeah, I feel very in my prime as a 40-year-old marketer. I feel like my ambition to buy the New York Jets still feels very obtainable, even though it's a $2 to $3 billion asset and it's growing faster than I'm growing. I still think I end up catching it and passing it. And so went on to invest in Uber and in Birchbox and in Buddy Media, where I made a huge exit. So I've had a very, very good career as a merchant operating retailer, as an operating CEO of an agency, as an investor, as somebody who's built personal brand, who very honestly, a lot of the marketers I get compared to, I don't respect. I do think they bottom feed. I do think they sell the dream. I'm very proud of the practical nature of my advice. Yep. I don't sugarcoat it. I'm not trying to monetize my audience directly and by selling them something that's not obtainable. I believe in self-awareness, but most of all, I believe in my legacy, which is what corrects my behavior, even though I have the bullshit, manipulation, marketing capabilities to really do anything. Yeah. I mean, I think... if I may quote, please, I could go outside and sell rocks and make $100 grand, which absolutely is the truth, yeah? That's right. So I think that's me a little bit in a nutshell. I do think I'm one of the best public speakers in the world, and you're going to get to see that. I do think that I'm a great operator, and I do think I see around corners because I watch only one thing: consumer behavior. The reason I'm a good speaker is because if it doesn't start off right, I curse. I curse. They didn't like it. It's over. Yeah. I curse. They love it. It's more will come until they feel too much. I say something. They don't react well. I maneuver, and so that's how I speak. That's how I interact. That's how I sell. That's how I do everything. And I think that my EQ, my empathy, my self-awareness, my intangibles outside of my IQ are the things I rely on. I'm very comfortable betting on them. I punt a lot of other things. I'm very big picture. I don't micromanage. I like to outsource. I like to have a lot of people being 80%, 60%, 39% capable of me doing those tasks because it lets me do 100% of what I do. And that's why I built 2 businesses so quickly at scale in very competitive places. And so I'm proud of that. Well, mate, I guess one of the things, so there's the Gary bio in 5 minutes or less. So well done for cramming that in, my man. What I wanted to share with the guys, rather than do any sort of pitch, let's get straight to content, because that's the best way to know what they're going to get when they meet you, yeah? So your book, The Thank You Economy, the posters all over the wall. Yes. To me, I mean, if you guys have seen my business, it is based on that book, 100%. When you guys get a gift from me or whatever, everything you get from me is based on that book. Give us a summary of that philosophy around the thank you economy and how things changed. Technology has allowed us to know more about each other, and you should exploit that information to give to people, to then have the leverage to receive from people. I can go on Twitter right now and search anything I want. And when I see people say that I'm cool, or that I'm a good guy, or that they love snacks, then I can send them those snacks. As a matter of fact, watch this. You know what? Watch this. We're gonna do this right now. This is what I believe in more than anything on earth. Right now, I'm gonna go to Twitter, where everybody's talking about my book right now. It's coming up, and everyone's really excited about it, right? And we're just gonna look, right? And Gary, what's your favorite song? Shout out to the team on Periscope. Let's do this. Let's search. Can you get the other one? Let's search. And I'm not sure if you're capturing this on your film here, but I know you guys can see it there. Yeah. What I'm doing right now is I'm searching Gary Vee, which is my username, and book, right? So I'm searching it, and what's going to come up is people talking about it, right? Let's see. When's the book being released, right? Now I'm going to make a video. Clicking video, reversing on my face. Benny, the book is coming out on March 8th. And what I've decided to do right now is surprise you. And I'm going to send you a signed galley right now. Reply on Twitter and say, yay, and with your address, and I will send you this signed copy. Congrats. That's it. And I believe in that the most. Because now here's what's going to happen. Benny is going to be really happy with me. Good. He lives in Ohio.
You're going to send it to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, it's going to cost me $100. Benny, you're going to get this one. You know, Benny, in my opinion, 6 out of 10 times, and I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying here. Benny, everybody, Benny, 6 out of 10 times after what I just did, which is going to cost me, this was free, shipping will cost me $4, will probably buy my next book 8 copies instead of 1. But you have to be okay with the 4 out of 10 Bennies who just take. The guy I sent a PlayStation 2 to in a game off a tweet, which cost me $400, that never even thanked me, is something I have to accept along with Benny. And so whether you call it karma, the laws of averages, I live my life trying to provide 51% of the value to everybody I interact with. My agent, my people that hire me to speak, my employees. If I continue to drive more value than they drive for me, then I have the leverage. Then I have the rainy day. And that's how I live my life.
Yeah.
Because I'm capable, so fucking capable, to know what to do with the other 49%, that I get more of out of my 49 than most people get out of their 100, and that's why I'm able to do it.
Wow. Yep. So a live demo there, folks, and I guarantee that is exactly the case. Now, can I call you? I'm going to just quickly say about where Gary just got it completely wrong.
Go ahead.
In the thank you, I'm just kidding,
go
right?
ahead. Oh, okay.
But no, I mean, but it is the truth in that, and it's not a slight on you. It's a slight on the business world out there.
Oh,
unfortunately, at the end of Thank You Economy, because I only just recently again crammed in the audiobook, having read the Thank You Economy.
I said by 2015.
That us as marketers will have to do it different because everyone, and I think we've gotten worse.
I was worse. I was wrong.
Wow.
There's nothing else to say.
What is the business community's excuse?
What I didn't understand 6 years ago when I wrote that is, it's actually changed me quite a bit. I am going to end up becoming the single most recognized marketer of this generation. I truly believe that. And here's why. Because for the next 20 years of my life, I'm going to give away all my best advice every day of the week, every hour of the day for the rest of the next 20 years. The best. Yep. Because what the Thank You Economy taught me is, 97% of the people aren't going to do it anyway.
That's right.
So the reason you like me, and the reason so many that look like you like me, is, and I can't speak for all the Snapchat advice I'm giving, the amount of people that have been following me have repackaged all my information and put it in $300 ebook form.
Yep.
And running ads on Facebook and making $50,000 a month from zero.
Yep.
Because they watch the Ask Gary Vee show. Love me.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
Absolutely.
They're making a lot more money on my advice than I am. I'm just playing a much bigger and longer game than they are.
Yep.
Got it?
Yep.
So that's what I didn't understand with the Thank You Economy. It's so obvious. It continues to be obvious. It's very hard. It doesn't scale. It takes a lot of time. As I've gotten busier, I myself struggle to be able as a human, but every business, the Ask Gary Vee book account is replying to everybody. And so, I don't know if I've ever been happier about being wrong.
Yeah. Well, that creates the opportunity for those of us who do.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Killer.
It also makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super pumped right. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, what is Benny going to do when he sees this? Like, he's going to be like, holy shit. And he's probably only have like 2 friends that even, he might have no friends that know who I am. So he's going to be like, who do I tell? It's not like I'm Kobe Bryant, but Kobe Bryant should be doing it. Kobe Bryant should be at every game. He's playing his last season. I don't know how many people in Australia follow the NBA, but it's pretty global enough. Kobe Bryant, a very famous basketball player, which some of you know. Just put it this way, the most famous rugby player, AFL player, is retiring. He's going on his tour at the end of the year. Every time he's in a market, he should sign a basketball, reply to somebody on Twitter, and leave it at the hotel lobby for them. Because every one of them is going to then support Kobe's post-basketball career just for that little action. Plus, he'll cause it. Taylor Swift, who is definitely a global star, probably lives the thank you economy more than anybody. To the point where I probably get 3 to 5 emails a month where people ask me, did I consult or do I work with Taylor Swift because she executes what I believe in the most? The answer is I don't. I wish I did. And that's that.
So when Taylor sees this video, she'll be signing you.
Sorry that was super short, but can't wait to see so many of you in Australia. I don't know what they plan for me on stage, but as much
as
you
want.
I'm only coming to Australia for 8 total hours with travel, so it's gonna be tight. But I'd love to squeeze in as much Q&A as possible, and we'll figure that out.
Beautiful. We will do that. He's coming, folks. We'll see you there.
See you down.